Hello, today we are taking Callie for a flatwork lesson. This is not my favourite thing to do because she is a psychopath and the yard that we're going to is quite busy, which makes her more of a psychopath. So anyway, this is only her second ever lesson, so we'll see how we get on. First job, why is your ear out of your fly mask? Okay, pony acquired. Sort of head fly, no, oh Christ, she's now stuck. Sort of fly mask out in a minute when we're on the yard. Got a travel head collar on. She needs a wash. She needs a stain on her side, so we're going to do a quick spot wash. Trialling this on this. Having spent the winter doing battle with demon Mare and finally dragging ourselves out of the pits of despair kicking and screaming, we're trying to make the most out of the summer and getting out and about to acclimatise her. First of all, to retaining some brain cells, because as soon as something remotely exciting is happening, she has a tendency to explode. And second of all, to kick my riding back into some kind of state that doesn't offend the eyeballs of everyone around us. Trying to make her look remotely presentable before we go out, so getting rid of the worst of the stains, if nothing else. Trying this new stain remover thing that I've not tried before. Apparently it's like dry shampoo, you just whack it on, give it a scrub and then wipe off with a wet cloth. I have no idea what kind of dry shampoo does that, but it ended up being the cleanest part of the horse. I mean, it's definitely better. Still not obviously clean, but you know, needs must. Right, hooves all done, groom acquired. When we got there, we made the most of the facilities and used a lunge pen just to get rid of any excess energy, but actually she was fairly sensible. This is only her second ever time at the yard and it's quite busy, there's a lot going on, it's a livery yard and they've got horses out in fields and all sorts, so the first time her head completely exploded I didn't get any footage whatsoever because we were all trying to hold on to a psychopath. I wasn't sure if she was being more relaxed or whether she was lulling me into a false sense of security before I got on. So back to why we're going for lessons. Having your own yard is great and all, but because it's just me, it's essentially like riding horses in a library, nothing going on for 95% of their day and a very predictable routine. So as soon as I take them out of that, it can cause their heads to explode, which is the case with Callie. Riding solo also causes me a huge amount of bad habits in my own riding because I have no feedback on what I'm doing other than what I feel and how the horse is going because I can't see myself ride. I also tend to err on the side of safety. I produce a lot slower than most, as if I have an issue with a horse, I have to try and ride my way out of it, so I do tend to be overcautious. Taking her to my trainer's yard, which as I said is a livery yard, so a lot going on and she actually has to concentrate. As a bonus, my trainer has taught me since I was 4, so knows my riding inside and out, and has also produced more young horses than anyone I know, so she manages to walk the fine line on pushing me well outside my comfort zone, but also getting the horse going well without overloading either of our tiny brain cells. Please be aware I am very aware that my riding is absolutely light years away from being good. I'm far too busy on Callie at the moment as I try to micromanage her, but there's no point showing you just the pretty bits as this video would only be about 30 seconds long. And probably with no clips of my riding, being honest. The focus today was getting me to keep my hands still and getting Callie in front of my leg and forwards. Because she can explode, I try to manage this before it happens by pulling at her head and keeping her contained, but all this does is it means she actually explodes more because she can't go anywhere as I won't let her move forwards and she doesn't have the strength to deal with being backwards. But this is the first time she's ever been off the yard and not exploded once under saddle, so fingers crossed it's all good experience and we're going in the right direction. Anyway, I'll shut up and turn it up, so hopefully you can hear what my instructor's doing. Enjoy a few minutes of me being shouted at. We've started out work just trying to get her really forward and in front of the leg, and then we move on to walk-trot transitions and then trying to teach her flying changes. So that's what the lesson is about and that's how we get on. Enjoy!
This is so much better. Yeah. Forward. And then you pick up the canter in the corner by Antari side. The elbows in, come on top. And hands up. Good, now forward. Go on forward. Forward. Now kick her on. Kick her on. Kick her on. That's it. Hands still. Go. Go, 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 go. That's it. That's it. So keep moving. You know, this is my idea.
Yeah, okay.
Forward. Good. Right, now left to travel. Drop your inside hand. Stop. Good. Stop and drop. You have to be careful as well that you don't like leave off. Keep pulling your inside hand. And then you end up looking like a banana. Go forward. Turn outside bend. Turn up. That's it. Forward. Forward. That's it. And low. And stop. I never thought forward was a thing. I struggle with it. No. Forward. Hands. That's it. Half. Too much inside bend. Turn over from F to H. You can trot.
In trot?
Yeah. Whip. Whip. Kick. And then half halt, and as soon as you walk, flick there, flick. There you go. Hands a bit to the left. Yeah. You left-handed? No. She's hanging in the left, so on the left rein, she's bent too much to the left.
Yeah.
And then on the right, the back foot. Don't fiddle. Don't fiddle. Cross the diagonal. Don't fiddle. So just keep outside rein only there. Don't fiddle with your inside hand. Just hold your outside rein out. You trying? Yeah. Go. Forward. Go on, move. And then do 2 more. She'll get it by the last 2. So hold outside rein out. Slide your right leg back. Forward. Right. Forward. Come on, move. So balanced. You just need to make it work a little bit harder. Right, one more. So across, hold your outside rein, slide your left leg back. Nearly. Keep doing it in front, but not behind. Bit up to the top, forward, big trot, big canter, and then little half halt back to trot, and straight away go forward, and try to just in the trot get her now to stretch down. So lengthen your rein off, right off, right off. Oh, get it lengthen those reins. And get its head to the floor, get it forward. Get its head on the floor if it wants it, forward. Your reins are now about the length that I would ride with normally. Forward, just lengthen them even more. And then you can come across the diagonal, left, forward. Don't react to everything. All you do is see better. Forward, and like you know how to perception, when you're riding, you can see that coming. Yeah. You don't be surprised. You almost need to just sort of prepare yourself. Oh, someone says you might look. And that's when I then slap my leg on and go, right, listen. Right, now move. Let it get its head on the floor, longer rein. Good, forward. Good.
Just got home, all washed off. Treats. Good girl. Hello. Cool. I'm sweaty. That went really well. Callie's back out in the field. Yeah, so Callie's she's doing flatwork lessons to basically, because it's a busier yard, she is really overreactive to other horses, which is a bit strange because my sound school is, what is she doing? My sound school is somewhere there and the horse fields are here. So she's used to the horses usually being around. But for some reason when she goes out, if she sees another horse or there's other horses in other fields that she's not used to, she loses the plot and tries to kill me and has got me on the floor successfully once and unsuccessfully tried a lot. So basically going down with my instructor, trainer, whatever, going down to her yard, which is quite a busy livery yard with lots of lessons and stuff and horses in field, just to basically try and get a handle on it before we add in the jumping. At least that's the theory. So yeah, last week was her first ever one. Please excuse the motorbike going past, it's quite loud. Last week was her first ever one and she was semi-unrideable for the first bit. We had to like lunge her and she sort of lost the plot and was screaming at things and, you know, generally a bit doolally. This week was a lot better, so we still lunged her before we got on, but she was actually quite calm. It was a bit calmer down there this week than it was last week. But she dealt well with, there was a mare and a foal, like a little baby foal, in a field that she could see, and she sort of looked at them, acknowledged them, but didn't get flustered by them. And there was people walking past quite a lot, not on horses to begin with, just on foot, which she looked at and dealt with and was fine. And then at the end there were some other horses that walked past and she was sort of like, she lightened up a bit, but obviously by then she's tired as well. Speaking of tired, my arm's tired. But no, so a lot more positive. So yeah, she's getting there. And she's just going to roll now, which is really annoying because I've just washed her off. Oh good. Oh good, she's getting both sides, just what we need. The colour of her. Anyway, the colour of my face. I'm going to have to put a filter on this because I look like a smart... Oh my god, the colour of this horse. What is that? Why would you do this to me? I knew you hated me, Callie. Piebald, anyone? Piebald? Anyway, it's all steps in the right direction, albeit slow, and you know, other horses her age are out jumping, you know, 115 classes, and we're becoming a piebald apparently, but you know, we move. Anyway, thank you for joining me on another vlog. I hope this was semi-interesting. Might do a voiceover, might not. See how long this is. Anyway, yeah, does anyone want a bay horse? Oh, that's tomorrow's problem. She can stay out. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this and you like seeing the, you know, daily vlogs, I kind of feel like there's no point vlogging unless there's something to vlog about, but then, I don't know, is the day-to-day interesting? Let me know, drop in the comments. But yeah, hit the like if you want to see more of these, because without that, I kind of feel like I'm just talking to myself on the internet, and that's a little bit weird. Hello.